dee poo candy ass.
If there is one word to describe the modern day version of Kevin Sorbo, it would be
Disappointed!
Kevin Sorbo back in the 1990s and going into the 2000s was an amazing action star on television. On television shows like Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, and of course the one he's known most for, Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. And then his star fell. It wasn't any real scandal or anything that stopped it, but it never really rose to that level of fame ever again. And then most recently, he got into direct DVD, religious and Civil War themed movies. Some very dangerous movies that show the fall of the United States of America. And I think that's what really sent him over the edge. Because every time I look at this guy on Twitter, he posts some very un-American, very racist, very bigoted things on his Twitter page. Most recently, he posted this cartoon photo, obviously using the Biden slogan "Build Back Better," superimposed with disasters. Obviously, the top one being the train derailment in Ohio, the airplane that lost a door in midair, and of course the recent disaster in Baltimore with a cargo ship colliding with the bridge. And of course a small photo, an idiotic looking photo, I'm guessing that's Biden. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? This is what this guy is relegated to. You were an amazing actor back in the day. And this is what you've reduced yourself to? Posting crap like this? And worse, and more to the point, you're actually trying to pin these three unfortunate disasters on Biden, on the Biden administration? Seriously? So Joe Biden was at the controls of that train when it collided and exploded. So that was Joe Biden in the captain's seat of that plane that lost the door. So Joe Biden was on the controls of that cargo ship when it collided with the bridge. Are you seriously? See, this is what the right wing is reduced to. Nonsensical crap like this. And Kevin Sorbo, a man who I actually had, an actor, I should say, whom I had incredible respect for, who disappeared. I mean, mind you, some actors don't actually recover from the huge roles that they make. But to do this, all because you're trying to prove something? To who? Who are you trying to prove it to, Kevin? Are you trying to prove it to Donald Trump? Because he's not paying attention, son. The only person you're trying to do this for is yourself because you're in an irrelevant, crazy Neanderthal. Trying to blame the president on things that are completely out of his control. I would say you're a candy ass, but honestly, I'm just goddamn disappointed in you. You showed what kind of person. I mean, seriously, why are you doing this? Why are any of you doing this? Is it to score political points with your fan base? Is that what this is about? If that's the case, then you have sunk to so many unbelievable lows. And I have none but the greatest of pity for you. I feel so sorry for people like you. You destroyed yourself. And I have nothing but the greatest of pity for any of you who sink to these kinds of lows after disaster happens where people have died. I looked at the briefing at the Key Street Bridge briefing. People are still missing, and now they've been presumed dead. And your response is to draw up this and try to pin the blame on Donald Trump. On Joe Biden. Now we blamed Trump, mind you. We blamed Trump for the coronavirus pandemic because he did nothing to get us ready for it. He had the plans for a pandemic on his desk, or at the very least on his bookshelf. He never even touched the son of a bitch. He did everything he could to undermine the coronavirus pandemic response because he didn't want to help. So we did blame him, and he deserves the full responsibility. Things like this that Kevin Sorbo put in this photo were out of control of the Biden administration. Those were practically acts of God. Well, maybe the Key Street Bridge was an act of faulty electronics. But in the end of the day, you do this, Kevin? And this is the only post he's put up on Twitter that I really have a problem with. But this is what you reduced yourself to? As I said earlier, I would call you a candy ass, but I'm just goddamn disappointed in you. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.